Hello, cutie Pisces. I don't know why I'm calling you that, but hey, it's on there. It's on the record now. How are you guys doing? Welcome on into your weekly reading. This will be for the 20th to the 26th of October. I've already pulled you out an animal spirit who wants to guide you during this week, and you guys have the oyster. Now, I'm going to read it out of the book. This is what it says. The focus and determination of the oyster is unmatched. So I'm assuming this is how you guys are showing up this week. Anything an oyster personality puts their mind to, they can achieve with grace and charm. The only problem is, oyster types often take their inner gifts for granted. They become shy or doubtful, and this can lead to withdrawing or protecting their deepest desires and life's work. When the oyster card appears, it's important to reveal your inner treasures. What is it you've been hesitant to share? The world is waiting to see. Oh, so breaking out your comfort zone and really living your life's purpose is I guess the motto of this week for you guys, and to not hide your precious gifts. So if any of you again have been feeling doubtful, then I guess your energy this week is saying open up. Don't be shy, put it yourself out there. Okay, whatever gifts you guys have, Spirit's saying it's time to open them up. All right, anyways, let's see. What's going on from my Pisces during this week? Let me just settle into this moment. All right, I'm seeing someone with like just a little goatee, maybe a mustache too, just this area. Might be someone significant, I don't know. But anyway, for Pisces, what's going on? Maybe some of you want to grow out your beard. I don't know. Like, that's of course not for everyone. That's what I'm seeing. All right, anything going on, please, for my gorgeous Pisces? Okay, you got quite a few. So the first one that came out is chop wood. Now, this does say, especially with you opening up with your gifts, maybe you are shutting yourself away because you're not seeing a lot of results, right? There might be something that you're quite passionate about that lights you up, that you are feeling like it's not worth it. Now, Chopwood says, just keep chopping that wood, okay? Because the doors will open. That is certain. That is certain. All right, they're literally just saying that to you. So sometimes you have to keep going, right? Sometimes you have to do the mundane, the most boring things, right? When you're starting a business, for example, you have to do all that tedious stuff. Maybe you just want to dive into the creative project, but then you got all this other stuff, which is, just as important, but can be so boring. So this is just saying, show up, all right? Keep chopping that wood, even if you're tired. Take a break if you need to, but of course, just keep going. Don't give up on yourself. And that's your message during this week, because the doors are opening for you. All right, so that's a little confirmation there. And then you have this combo, which says message in a bottle and exchanging gifts, which looks a little bit like someone could be contacting you during this week. I don't know if it's someone's birthday that could be happening. They're reaching out, or there's an exchange going on. This can also mean that someone might be wanting to help you, right? If we think about an exchange, it is about kind of a mutual gain in a way, mutual giving and taking. So I feel a little bit like you might be hearing from someone this week who might want to give you something. Let's see what else. Message in a bottle as well is a card that says Spirit is going to be reaching out to you as well. So lots of messages coming your way. Maybe this is all of your signs, that Spirit is around you at this time, and that it's don't stop. You might feel like that when you feel like giving up. Suddenly someone reaches out and says, oh, how's that thing going? And it's like, oh, I feel like just trust in the synchronicities, okay? Nothing is a coincidence. All right, anyway, let's see. What else is going on for Pisces during this week? Any other messages that you want Pisces to be aware of during this week? Exactly. Dissipating. So this again is kind of saying, don't wish your life away, and don't watch your life pass you by. Okay, make the most of each moment. In this storyline, this bride is watching its owner just sit around watching TV every day, all day, and losing her days when she could be doing something that really makes her more happy, rather than what's the word that they're showing up? Is it docile? I don't know if I said the wrong thing there, but that's what I'm feeling. Where you're just kind of just in a neutral state, right? Things like I don't want to dive too much into it, but like doom scrolling is such an addictive thing that can feel great in the moment, but really it's draining you. And as soon as you put your phone away, as soon as you turn a TV off or YouTube off, you're in the present moment and you're like, ugh, right? Because life is not the same as, anyway, I'm not going to even go into it, but I'm just saying, find things that really bring you joy. And that could just be doing these things that you desire, right? Bringing your ideas to life. Some of you are super creative. Some of you have spiritual gifts. Put yourself out there. As the oyster was saying, the world is waiting to see what you have to offer. And I feel like maybe that's what the exchanging gifts is about now, is when you come out of this little box, because you guys are a prize. There's a lot of people who I want to say, maybe some people want to pay for your services or pay for whatever you want to put out there or pay to see you, whatever you guys want to do with your life. Or again, people want to see you and celebrate you, even if it's just friendships, right? Could even be on a small scale. It doesn't have to be so big and crazy, but it could just mean that the moment that you put yourself out there, come outside your comfort zone, get out the house is what I want to say. Go for a walk. I don't know, put yourself online, whatever it is, just go and do it, because people will show up, but they won't show up if you're not putting yourself out there, right? Anyways, what else do I want to bring for you? So dissipating is just saying, don't waste your life. It's not to rush you or say that you're running out of time, because you're not, but it's just saying, make the most of the time that we've got here, okay? Don't let yourself just dissipate and rot away in your bed or whatever. Anyway, for my gorgeous Pisceans, what are the messages that you want to bring up for this week? You have the Chariot and you have the no way. Two major arcana cards, and the two that actually mean something. So I just have to cover this up, otherwise I won't get paid by YouTube if I show the nudity here. But the Chariot is about chasing the star, and the star is about your dreams, your wishes, your goals, your North Star being about your purpose. So this is literally saying the same thing. Go after what you want. What are you waiting for? Sorry, this is getting a bit heated. What are you waiting for? Just step away from things that are draining your energy. For some people, some of it could be the news. I'm just seeing that because I'm seeing on the TV, it looks a little bit like that, right? Not to say to be ignorant, it's not about that, but it's like, if you feel like that's important to you, then go ahead and do it. But if it's draining you, I just feel like you need to remind yourself to refresh yourself even after seeing some things. Or maybe your work is draining, right? But then you can do things that bring you joy. I don't know what it is. It feels like Spirit's just saying that you need a balance here. Some of you just need to get rid of things that are just draining your energy so that you can call your power back to yourself, because this week is about chasing your dreams and goals almost. And the Strength card saying here that you have the power to do so. So what are you waiting for? What are the excuses that are coming to mind, Pisces? All right, Aquarius energy. Some of you are meant to stand out. That's just what it is. You got something very unique going on, and Spirit wants you to embrace that, right? Showing up as your true, authentic self. Okay, let's see what else. What else is a message for this week? What is something else that is going to be going on or happening? The Tower card and the Nine of Swords. So this feels a little bit like fears to me. You fear the worst. The Tower is like breakups. You fear, maybe you don't want love because you fear how explosive it could be. You know, it feels a little bit like worst case scenarios. The Nine of Swords is just fear. I'm going to clarify it. I'm going to use a different deck though. Let me find one. Let's use this one. Actually, I don't want to use that. I didn't want to grab this one because it was too far away, but hey, I felt called to it, so it's got a message for you. Let's see. Why is the Tower card here? The Five of Pentacles reverse. And the Devil. Now, what's interesting is I'm trying to pick up on the intuitive side of things, because the Five of Pentacles reverse is not so bad, right? Usually it's about feeling left out in the cold and maybe some financial loss or loss on your life that's kind of making us feel, completely, I don't know, I always call it a black hole inside, where it feels like we're, we have a hole within. But because it's reversed, I don't get anything bad exactly from that. It feels like it's not saying that you've lost something or a financial loss. The Devil just feels a little bit here that maybe you're a bit stuck in comfort, especially with the King of Pentacles being here. It feels like a shakeup. That's what it feels like, of your comfort zone. because you've been attached to certain things, and maybe it's just fear, right? Being shy, and you'd rather just stay indoors and just, just focus on what you've been focusing on and not, rock the boat. Spirit saying rock the boat, or I'm gonna rock the boat because you're meant for more. Okay, don't be sleeping on your potential. And why is the Nine of Swords here? Why is the Nine of Swords here? And the Chariot. So this is about you fearing the journey before you've even embarked on it, right? But what if I come across a tree in the road and I don't know where to go from that? Or maybe I need a pure map instead of trusting yourself and trusting that the star is your purpose and therefore you will always find it and be led to it. I just think that it's your thoughts and feelings are valid, right? Especially when it comes down to like, well, what if it goes wrong, or I don't know. It just feels like procrastination from my perspective of the cards, right? And the Sun, which is the best card in the deck, by the way. And this is just a reminder that your journey will bring you a lot of happiness. So what is it that you're asking then of Pisces, apart from shining bright, and maybe it's about travel and movement, or what is this Chariot? What is the Star? I don't know. What is it that you're guiding Pisces to do during this week? Temperance. Okay, to balance. To balance. So this week especially, they really just want you to, if you think about it, the Temperance card is balancing two elements to make a third element. So it is that kind of Aquarius energy about maybe creating something or being someone who is out of the box or very unique. Temperance, balance, bring harmony into your life during this week, right? Slowly and steadily removing those things that maybe drain you and start to bring in more things that fulfill you. Starting to find that emotional fulfillment as well as that energetic fulfillment. I feel like with the fire, that inspiration. Temperance, balance. So what's the next step for Pisces then? What's the next step for Pisces? Before getting into that Chariot, the Devil, you have to cut the ties. Felt like that was important that I say before getting into the Chariot, and then this jumps out because it does feel like it's attachments that are keeping you stuck. What are you attached to? That's a question for yourself, really, to journal about for sure, because some of us are attached to comfort. That's it. Some of us might be a bit deeper than that. Maybe some of us are attached to chaos, right? Because it's what makes us feel safe, and that could be why we end up in, certain dynamics with people, because it's your body's way of feeling safe, even though it might not actually be safe. It's just based on maybe what you've been conditioned to believe. Anyways, what are you attached to is what I want you to answer yourself, right? Journal about it, because the Devil energy is saying that before you can even get in that Chariot, before you can even get ready to chase your dreams and goals, you have to remove this energy. And some of you, it will be fears, right? An attachment to these fears that everything could go wrong and that you will mess up and that everything, will go. I was going to use a very British term. I can't on here, but everything will kind of be flipped upside down, basically. Okay. What's the next question? What is the action of the Chariot in Pisces life? Two of Cups. That's interesting in the Fool. So some of you, it is about taking a leap of faith, maybe with someone. The Two of Cups can be a soulmate, that could be a lover, that could be a romantic partner, that could be about collaboration with someone for sure as well. And the Fool being here is about taking a leap of faith. So for some of you, it's about diving into love, or again, collaborating with someone to move forward. And where are they going? Where's Pisces going? Well, it's a bit ambiguous, but you're going on the right path. It's one of my favorite cards for it, going in the right direction. So, and what you'll notice is that everything starts to align once you leave behind that Devil energy, those fears, those belief systems, or whatever you're attached to, bad habits, temptations, whatever it might be. And you'll start to feel like things are just pushing you. I don't know. I feel like I don't know, not to sound like woo-woo and stuff, because this stuff is real, that you're just going to feel like everything's working out, right? And that obstacles start to be lifted and it's not as hard as you thought it was. Why? Because it's your purpose. Why would your purpose be so hard? Anyways, just saying. All right. Any other messages that you want to leave with Pisces for the week? Hierophant. Now, for some of you, a romantic partner is absolutely important for you and your growth for some reason, because the Hierophant, again, just like the Two of Cups, is about like marriage and commitment to something or someone. But of course, it can be about commitment to your dream. If you think about it, the Hierophant is kind of like the middleman between God and the people. So some of you could be stepping up into a position of teaching others, especially if you're a spiritual mentor, and stuff like that, spiritual coaching or whatever it might be. But it could just really be channeling in the divine, which for a lot of you could just be you channeling in your dreams and your passions and your guidance from the divine, and leading the way here on a physical world. That's what it feels like to me. I'm going to clarify that though. The Hierophant being the last message for you is all about what you're committed to, because right now you're committed to your fears. They hold power over you right now. Why is the Hierophant the last message for Pisces? Why is the Hierophant here? The Death card, which is interesting, and I'll show you why. Because the Hierophant is actually trying to stop the Death card, right? Or the death, because that's the Hierophant here, begging for mercy. Now, what's interesting is that death is always going to pass through this city, anyways. I always say the Death card is inevitable, right? It's just an energetic transformation, and you can't stop energy. So in a way, I feel like the Hierophant being here is about committing to this transformation that you're going through, because you can feel it. For it to show up this strong in a reading, you can feel it. And I feel like it's about trusting in God and where the universe is guiding you to go, because it's going to lead towards your happiness and your wish fulfillment. Okay, well, that's what I got for you guys this week. It's quite a powerful one. Let me know in the comment section how it resonates with you, and make sure you guys come back and let me know how the week goes. Also, don't be afraid to click that like button and to subscribe to my channel if you enjoy these readings and if you've not done so already. And I will see you guys in the next one. All right.